this space within which different spiritual practices use different terms. I'm going to call it the void, or I think even in the traditional sense of non-self, anatta, in what Buddhism, certain circles used to call anatta or the void, shunyata, all point towards the same thing. It's also interesting to note how we give a certain word meaning, because to really explain the energy of something is difficult. So we correlate the energy or the essence of something with a model. It's through the model that we can give the essence of what we want to give. But what really happens in religion is the model is preserved, the essence is lost. The act of being able to convey the essence, I would like to call as spirituality, while the act of the model is kind of like religion. We think that the model is what is the essence, but the model is never the essence. The essence is carried by the vessel of the model, but the vessel was never the purpose. It was always the essence. The essence comes always from within. So when I use the word void, I mean the lack or the emptiness, the space within us, which we kind of tend to run away from. Most people function from a space of lack, from a lack. They try to fill this lack, they try to fill this void with things. If you take relationships for most people come from an unconscious space of trying to run away from that void. Because they can't confront and go into the void, they try to fill that void with the meaning of a relationship, with relationships, with children, with different things. Of course, in the outside, it's difficult to look at a person and say if they are coming from a space of lack or if they're coming from a space of growth or expansion. Usually, more often than not, it comes from a space of lack. The lack results because they can't fully go into that space of nothingness, to that space of emptiness. It's too much of a weight to it. But it is precisely within this space that the answer lies. So we must build courage and also understanding that it is all right for this space of lack to be there. We must not try to fill it with either food, music, sensory fulfillment, or even emotional fulfillment. We like when it's filled with something. Sometimes we'd rather it filled with anything as opposed to being with that nothing. But the whole objective of this nothing, this void, is there because it in itself is your internal compass. It in itself is your path. It will show you where you must look in. You must breathe in consciousness to it. The very act of breathing in, if you visualize this void within you and breathe in consciousness, breathe in awareness, breathe in the light to this void, you begin to understand or give yourself to the void and see where this void comes from. We all have this void within us, and if we quieten ourselves, we pause for a bit, we can feel it, we can see it, we can give it space to exist. What most of us in our unconsciousness we do is we try to fill this gap with so many different things. Why not, for a change, with courage, allow it to be and see what it is. See where it's coming from. See what it's calling out for. Why that is. The void is never a problem, rather, it is your teacher. It shows the pathway of where to go. I think even when we talk about Shiva, Shiva is also very much the energy which has mastered the energy of the void. Shiva in itself means that which is not, and that which is not in itself is the void. For a few minutes, you can end the video here, or for a few minutes, let's try to go into this void. So close your eyes. Notice the space around you, the sounds you may hear outside. Let them be. If you want things to be different outside, that in itself is a resultant of you unable to accept the void. Let's go in. See where you can feel a sense of emptiness. And now breathe in towards it. First notice this emptiness. I can feel it at the center of my chest. You may notice your breath deepen. This is a tool your body gives you to go into it. Take that breath and breathe into this space. Breathe into the void. Remember, you're not looking for any answers. Rather, you are giving space for the void to exist. For you need space for that void to be. What we've done is we've suppressed it, we've filled it with so many things, we haven't given it the space to flourish. So this very act of meditation is giving the void the space to flourish. Deep breaths in, out. Throughout the day, the very act of allowing the void to be will bring you deeper and deeper into where you must go. Teruvan Saranai.